Hello, guys. Oh, yeah, for now I can hear myself. Hello, guys. Hello, Moldova. Hello, Chisinau. This is the first time when I'm here, today I will try to break some rules. And the first rule is I'm a hat. Why? And why do we have another hat on the scene? Let's see. Another rule that we will break today together because of this speech. This is the last speech, and I don't know. As I remember, we don't have any other speakers after me. That's why I have for you two pieces of news. The first one is good one. It's good one for me because it looks like I'm a headliner. And the second one, it seems that our talk with you will be immortal. And maybe that's a bad thing. Let's see. And the third one. It's a bad, really bad stuff when you change your presentation in a day of your presentation. And I've changed it just half an hour ago because of some of the men who was sitting here. When I was trying to up and run my application, he told me, oh my God, is it Java? Is it? Yeah, it wasn't you, but reaction was the same. Is it really Java? Do you want to cover us something new about Java? No, I don't want to do it because I want to show you Java from another side. From which one side? Let's see. And let's start from this changed presentation. It's a kind of magic. I didn't change, and I haven't changed this slide, because here you can see what we are talking about. We are talking about Java 17, tiny, fast, free, and laser. Laser you can see on the scene. It's here, but what about another words and what I've changed? I've added one more slide here. Yeah, man, who was sitting here? I know what you feel. When you told me like Java, oh my God, I was thinking the same. Because I used to work with Java, and I've been working as a Java developer for half of my life. It's time to time, it's too boring to collect all of the requirements from business, try to design future architecture, try to keep your eye on this architecture and on this implementation, and finally, make your product is ready for production. It's pretty hard stuff, and you know about that. But I want to just to share with you my experience of Java, because I'm here in Java world because when I was young. Maybe not so young, maybe so young. It was a year ago. No, it's not true. When I was young, I've heard write once, run everywhere or everywhere. And it means that you can write your Java application, you can give this application, and you can deploy this application on different kind of machines, on different kind of hardware. It doesn't matter, is it x86 or is it ARM architecture. It doesn't matter for Java, but for now, when we are talking about Java, we usually think about mainframes. We usually think about really huge Java applications, which we have to build and which we have to deploy on prod. But what about another side of Java? Java for tiny devices, Java for mini computers. Is it possible to run Java on these kind of devices? What kind of fun can we create with using Java for tiny devices? And let's see. When I told my friend about this idea to run Java like in IoT world, he said me pretty good maybe synonym or pretty good story about it. Do you know? I think you know in Moldova this fairy tale Tirimok. Do you know it? Please raise your hand. Who know this Tirimok? What a lovely audience. Okay, you know about this Tirimok, and in case of Java and IoT world, Java looks like a big bear who asked, hey, I'm Java, can I come in? And in IoT house, like TikTok house, but IoT house, we have Python, C, C++, and JavaScript already. Can we live together with Java? May I come in? Maybe yes. Let me be a Mythbusters, because I've Googled the most popular or the most useful programming languages in case of Internet of Things. And the first 3 topics from Google, you can check it, placed Java on the first position. For now, Java is the most popular language that you can use in case if you want to develop something in IoT world. And I've done something already, and I wanted to share with you some of my experience of building a chewing gum machine. And you can give a, oh, I have a, what a nice stuff. Okay, it's a clicker. You have to take a photo with you, and in case if you smile, oh, it doesn't work, because, yeah, I show this presentation from my laptop. Okay, in case if you are smiled, this chewing gum machine gives you a chewing gum. Just 1 chewing gum in a day. But, you know, it's too complicated to share with you this pretty big environment, and it's pretty much easier to share with you some of the problem that is native for you. And as I know, guys, you don't like wine, as I know. Just, oh, well, why? Because, yeah, I've heard it. Because yesterday it was a pretty hard day for me. I've spent all of the day within airports, within different places to be here. And at the end of my day, I've asked my friend, like, can I buy some alcohol in the local markets? And it was too late. And he said me, yes, but in case of this alcohol is wine. Because wine is a part of meal for you. All of another kind of alcohols are prohibited this time, and yeah, for me, this is another slide that I put here. Let's imagine that some tomatoes steal all of our red wine and dry wine. That we love, really, because you don't like wine, you love wine, right? That's right? Yeah, guys. And we should punish it. We should punish this tomato, but how? You know, another fairy tale, pretty famous here in Moldova, is, who is the main hero in your fairy tales? Please give me this name. Gugutsu. Here it is. Here we have Gugutsu, who keeps warm within this hat. And also, we have here this rat invader, and we will punish it at the end of this speech. And this is the time when I want to change my hat to keep warm. Is it fit? It fits for me well, right? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Pretty funny ears, yeah? And I wanted to build this machine to start this process with laser to explode this tomato, totally. And it would be too easy to build this architecture with direct connection to this plate, to this mini computer, using, for example, SSH connection and using local network or using Bluetooth. But, you know, it would be better to be like not near with this device, but outside of this room, when this stuff will be exploding. You know, it would be better maybe to sit a little bit so far. Okay. Well, you know this feeling when you try to find appropriate English word, but inside of your hand you have only Russians. And отсядьте. Бегите, глупцы. And yeah, that's why I have a plan to build something that we can handle, that we can request using deep internet with some of the server, with this two-side connection. And for now, we have a lot of questions. What kind of hardware can we use? What kind of operation system can we install at the top of this hardware? And layer by layer, can we install a Java environment on this operation system? And which one framework it would be better to use? And during these different layers, I will provide you two variants, with describing process and concepts of each of them. You can choose your own variants, and you can choose your own side, dark side or light side, according to your business needs. And one more important thing, I will be talking about Java for tiny devices. But you have to bear in mind that in case if we are talking about tiny devices, we can apply the same approaches, we can apply the same solutions for our microservice architecture. Pretty popular these days, And in case if you use Java, if you know about Java, if you want to run your microservice big environment, and it would be useful. This information would be useful for you. That's why here, if you see this icon in the left corner at the bottom of the screen, it means that this information will be useful for you in case if you are developing microservices. And let's start from hardware. Others group. Within this others group, you can find different hardware from different suppliers. For example, from Asus or from NVIDIA, some of them were developed for some fine-grained reasons. For example, to train your artificial intelligence network. Some others are general. However, in comparison with this zoo of different devices, we have one common and general group of devices, and name of this group is Raspberry family, Raspberry devices. It's like if you work with AWS, you have for example, T2 Micro, and for T2 Micro, it's a general purpose instance. And, in this world of little hardware, Raspberry, it's like a general purpose devices. You can use it, you can train, you can study using these tiny computers, or you can just bring this computer on the conference and you can show everybody on the conference these two little computers to these tiny computers. And yeah, it can be useful in this case as well. In my case, the winner is Raspberry. I will provide you some of the details about between these two plates, and you can find these details on the screens. If you are interested in memory, in some of the processor details, but about size, in comparison with my, for example, business card, it's less twice than my business card, and I can bring this tiny computer inside of my wallet, inside of my pocket. And I usually do it because this tiny computer has enough performance to draw you graphical user interface, and you can use it just plug in your monitor, plug in your keyboard, mouse, and this computer you can use to surf, for example, internet everywhere. And let's go further. You can use this tiny computer even to build your own PC, which built into the mouse. With a screen, with a keyboard, and you can find these examples or these devices how with an instruction how you can build it by your own on the internet. And it seems that the first layer we have it. We have implementation for the first layer. Let's talk about operating systems. As well, we have group of others where you can find Ubuntu and some other operating systems. In case if you use Linux, for you, you can have your operation systems that you like and all others. And in my case, it's Ubuntu and other operation systems. However, we have on another side Raspbian operation system. Before we had Raspberry hardware devices, but this is Raspbian operation system. What is it? It's a synergy between Raspberry hardware and Debian operation system. That's why we have Raspbian. Before we had Fedora operating system. And together with this, and they were trying to combine together this Raspberry Pi and Fedora, but it sounds really ugly for our our languages because it was Pedora. And yeah, this name was cancelled. And that's why we have here Raspbian. It looks better for now. Okay, I've chosen for myself operation system Raspbian. What else? Our Java environment. And here, this is the first slide where you can see this icon. What do we have in case of Java? We have open source Java. And this open source Java has name OpenJDK in comparison with Java, which is provided by Oracle. And what is the difference between these versions of Java? Actually, I have found a lot of differences in speed, in size, like in costs. And I will provide you a QR code at the end of this presentation to another one where I had this technically fine-grained meetup where I've prepared some of the ready-to-use commands to make your own build so tiny as possible. And in case of, for example, OpenJDK Java, size of JVM was decreased from 100 megabytes till just 10 megabytes. And you can do the same on your production. Just keep this thought and wait till the end of this speech, and you will see this QR code. And in case if you are interested in this stuff, you can take a look at this difference. However, I want to provide you this documentation from Oracle. What is about? Please raise your hands. No, I'm joking. It's about price for your Java embedded version, which Oracle tries to sell you. Why tries to sell you? Because you can use it, you can download it, but in case if you try to start your own, even tiny devices on prod, from this period of time you have to pay Oracle some money. What kind of money do you have to pay? This document and some of the pieces from these documents that I want to share with you, but I want to share with you the final result. In case of my Raspberry 3, which is installed here, I have to pay Oracle $10. And it was true before the 1st September of this year, just 2 months ago. Oracle doesn't support their own builds, but Oracle still supports their billings. And you know, since the 1st September of this year, you have to pay not $10 for your hardware. You have to pay $71. And let me remember you, this is the price of hardware. You pay $35 and you have to pay $71 for just Oracle license. In case if you want to use like only Java, you can use your OpenJDK. And is it an answer like OpenJDK is winner because Oracle loves money? Actually, yes, but it's not a final it's not a final answer, because final answer, what kind of Java can we use? We can even download all of the OpenJDK sources. We can try to build all of these sources into your JVM on your local machines. In case if you are Ninja, you can do it. In case if you are like a Java developer, it would be better to choose your own build from this list. It's not a final list. Actually, we have like more companies that support Java and which make their own builds. However, I will choose for myself Liberica JDK. Liberica JDK is a JDK which is built by Bellsoft company. It's not a Belarusian company because of Bellsoft, no. It's a Russian company. Which is hosted in St. Petersburg. However, the most part of the guys who work for Bellsoft company, this is the guys who are ex-workers of Oracle. Oracle closed this department of the developers in St. Petersburg, and for now this is like pretty mature company and which is the top of the top 5 contributors to OpenGDK, to the open source, and that's why that's my choice. And let's move to framework. What is the most famous framework in case if we are talking about Java? Spring. A lot of springs. Is it good to use Spring in case of tiny devices? As you know, guys, Spring is based on reflection, and reflection costs too much. And when Spring application starts, it tries to scan all of the classes. It tries to build its own Spring's map between different beans and dependencies, and Spring tries to manage all of these dependencies on the fly when your application starts and inject all of your dependencies to different places and a lot of stuff during just startup process. And in case of this device startup process, and in case of your microservices, in case of your you are interested in this stuff, it takes too much time. Do we have another approach with another approach of scanning or managing these dependencies? Yes, we have. I'm talking about Micronaut framework, and Micronaut framework has pretty the same set of starters that you can find on your Spring Initializer site. And in case if you go to the Spring Initializer and you click different starters to build your to build the template of your application, you use this scaffolder, Spring Initializer, to build this template with using some certain amount of starters of our frameworks, different pieces of the same framework. And you can do the same in case of Micronaut. Micronaut has its own Micronaut starter page which you can use to scaffold your application as well. Phew, it's too hard, it's too hot to be inside of this hat. You know, I don't know about Gugutsu, but for me it's enough. Because maybe you are so warm audience, guys. Oh. It wasn't prepared in advance, but thank you. What if we start the same set with the same template, just empty template of the application in case of Spring and in case of Micronaut, and we will compare these two frameworks between each other. In case of Spring, my application was started on my computer with using 4 seconds, 4 and 3. In case of Micronaut, just 1 second. I would say 3 times difference between these different approaches, because Micronaut uses annotation processing tool, and this is annotation-based processing framework. What does it mean? Micronaut manages all of this stuff. IOC, inversion of control, not on the startup time, but during building time, during your compilation time. And when your application starts, it's ready to use. This application doesn't do anything extra on the startup time, it's just ready to run. That's why we have this big difference, but it works only for tiny applications. In case if you build, your big environment, monoliths, and so on and so forth, this difference will not be so huge. I mean, not 3 times, it would be like a few percentage. That's why, yeah, the winner is Micronaut. And for now, these mini computers, for now it's not a green field for us. We are ready to build everything on the left part, but we still don't know about this way of connection. How can we implement this bidirectional connection? Some of the variants, guys. Sorry? MQTT, direct connection? Bluetooth direct connection? No, Bluetooth direct connection, it would be not safety. I want to be like too far from this stuff. Okay, the right answer was here, like, yeah, it's MQTT. However, before MQTT, let me show you these two variants. Because you can use actually WebSocket, and that's what I was using before. This WebSocket connection between this mini computer and internet and your publisher. And after that, yeah, I was trying to compare this WebSocket with PubSub module, PubSub scheme, and the final, I was surprised that finally we can use MQTT. Because MQTT has under the hood both of these approaches. MQTT is an approach which uses publisher-subscriber connection, but in case of, for example, your browser, you don't have any special like PubSub libraries because you want to use only your JavaScript and so on and so forth. That's why you can use, like, instead of PubSub module, you can use WebSocket like as a plan B. And it's a plan B for me. Because I have a mobile phone, and from this mobile phone I want to start this device to explode this tomato. I hope that it works. And using WebSocket, because I have this big red button. Let me show you. Yeah, I have this big red button, finish him on my smartphone, and I hope that it will be working. It will be working fine. And yeah, we have only one question for now. What kind of broker can we use in case of like MQTT specifications? And lots of different brokers. Don't ask me why HiveMQ. I just tell you because it was the first implementation of the broker which I found like on the internet, and it was pretty easy to start it within AWS ecosystem. And it was just select your appropriate EMI ID and just run it, and for me it was just a few clicks. And yeah, for now this scheme is clear for us. We don't have any other certain questions about this architecture, and let me remind you a little bit that we before had a lot of question marks within this scheme. For now, we have all of the stack on the screen. And we have 5 more minutes. Let me try to start it. Okay, it's here. Let me cover it with something. Okay, I want to be not so close to this stuff. Let me start it maybe from this. But before I start, let me cover it. Oh yeah, and for safe. One more topic that I want to discuss with you. Okay, it seems we are working, but not so cool as we want to work with. Let me make some. Let's wait, we have 3 minutes more. Do you think that I will let you to go without explosion? No, let me change this dynamite. One more try. Yeah, that's a secret. Here I have a firework. Oh no, not this time. And we have another one trying. That's why, you know, I have left 3 minutes. Bang!
No?
Oh my God!
So Java killed the tomato, right?
Yeah, Java kills the tomato, and yeah. Oh, Gogutsu. Okay, yeah, guys, and you know, at the end of this speech, yeah, first of all, I want to share with you this QR code in case if you are a Java developer, for example, it would be interesting for you to know some details, some of the details of this implementation, and in case if you want to build your own, like crazy device, in case if it is if it is like a chewing gum machine or like laser machine or some another machine that you can develop, you can find all of the details by this QR code, and yeah, Chekhov's gun time. It was already, and for now, yeah, your questions, guys. Any of the questions?
Thanks. Let's applause to this performance. Thank you, and we have 1 minute for questions, so feel free to ask questions.
Oh, please.
One.
Can you?
I'm sorry?
No. Sorry. 1 moment. Can you like revert back this presentation on the screen? Yeah, let's keep it here just within like question time. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Do you mean that Java not compatible with Pomodoro practice?
Java not compatible with what?
Pomodoro practice.
Pomodoro?
Yes, do you know it?
Oh, it's like when you work within some. I think Java supports this Pomodoro approach, but you know about the results. One other question?
One more question, and I think this is the last one.
Okay, so Raspberry is a general purpose computer, but what about smaller computers like Arduino or microcontrollers? Does Micronaut support them?
Micronaut support Java. However, Arduino computers and like mini computers don't support Java because it doesn't support operation system at all. Because in case if you have Arduino, you have to write your code using some Arduino native language. It's too near to C++, but anyway, it's like some special language for Arduino. And for some other platforms, you can find some like and other languages, but in case if you want, like, let's come back to the first slide. In case if you want write once and run anywhere, please use Java, and the tiniest computer for now that I have is like Raspberry Pi 0W, somewhere, but I don't know where. Yeah, that's it about the questions, I think, because it was the last one, as organizer said us, and before. Before we end, let me just give you a few words that you were really warm audience, and I don't want to say you goodbye. I hope that I will be here next time, and thank you guys, and see you next time.
Yeah, thank you.